My BF of 3 years moved into my home 3 weeks ago after his lease went up, and he was unable to renew with the price hike they expected. His rent was $1,600 for a 2-bedroom, and upon signing a new lease, they said it was now $2,400. I have a 3-bedroom home and one son, 11. Both his room and my room have an attached bathroom. The guest room does not. We have lived here for 5 years and I bought it last year. My BF has a 19-year-old daughter named Jess who visits him on the weekends and lives at home with her mother. Literally never had any issues with her up until my BF moved in. When he moved in, Jess started becoming this snob who had demand after demand that she fully expected me to meet. Like she wanted me to kick my son out of his room so she could have the room with an attached bathroom, stating that a boy didn't need a bathroom as much as a girl did. When I said absolutely not, she got extremely rude and condescending whenever she was in my home. She also tried parenting my son on more than one occasion, telling him what he can and cannot watch on the TV, what he can and cannot snack on, etc. There have been times when he has tried talking to us, and Jess will butt in and say something about how kids are so freaking annoying. If I speak up to her, she says I don't believe I was talking to you or roll her eyes at me. Bold for someone who does not pay any rent or food costs to be staying in my home. I told her father last week that either he gets a handle on his adult kid or she was getting booted to the curb. He immediately starts telling me I need to give her time because this is an adjustment for her and that apparently she is having a hard time at her mom's house due to them arguing all the time. I told him that wasn't my problem and that in my house I and my son were not going to be treated like crap because she can't control her emotions and wants to take her resentment out on us. He said he would talk with her. His talk did nothing at all. In fact, she confronted me about it and said I don't know what game you're playing here, but respect is earned, not given, and I will not be granting you respect until you prove to me you deserve it. She then walks to the living room where my son was watching TV and takes the remote from him and tells him to move. At this point, I go in and immediately tell her to get out of my house. She tells me she isn't going anywhere because her dad lives here, so I end up calling her uncle, who is a police officer, and have her escorted from my house after she collected all her belongings. My BF says I crossed a line, so I told him he can leave too. He currently isn't speaking to me, locked away in my bedroom. Am I the idiot? My BF says I crossed a line, so I told him he can leave too. He currently isn't speaking to me, locked away in my bedroom. Well, I guess you see who Jess inherited her odious attitude from. Not the idiot. Hold firm. AITA. BF has lived there for 3 weeks. Check local laws to make sure he hasn't achieved tenant status, just in case you have to put a boot up his butt to put him out the door. It's in his best interest for him to leave upon being asked, because if he hangs around to be evicted, things will get even worse. He will not be able to get his own place with an eviction on his record. Not the idiot. The daughter needs help regulating and who knows what else, not even getting along with her mother. The BF needs to wake up about his role as a dad and BF. You need to get them both out and evaluate if there's a relationship to salvage with the BF. Not the idiot. I don't know what game you're playing here, but respect is earned, not given, and I will not be granting you respect until you prove to me you deserve it. That goes both ways, little girl, lol. I know that 19 is technically an adult, but she is acting like a spoiled little child. OP, I think you handled this just fine. You took it up with the BF first and asked him to fix it, obviously he didn't. So, you followed through with the consequences you said there would be. I have 2 kids, 2F and 4F. I hate how everyone thinks of me as being just a mommy now. I don't get to be my own person. I'm just mommy. My husband doesn't face this. He gets gifts from everyone that have to do with his hobbies. Me? I get a bunch of mommy crap. Teehee, mommy needs wine. And like matching outfits. I don't mean like one of those cutesy matching pajama sets that the nurses and horse girls wear in their staged Christmas Instagram pics. I mean like, people actually think I'm going to go out in public wearing some cutesy matching outfits with my toddlers. As though I think they're mini versions of myself? Or dolls? From the time we got to the in-laws, it was mama this and mama that. At some point, my sil said it and I said, "You know my name is Carmen, right?" She just looked at me funny and said, "Of course, silly." I said, "So why do you keep calling me mama? You aren't going around calling husband papa?" Sil just looked at me like I had 2 heads and was like, okay. This went on all over Christmas. Here you go, mama. Want another slice, mama? At that point, I was just like, do you guys mind calling me by my name instead of calling me mama? The same Sil as before did the whole golly gee doe-eyed thing and said, but you're such a good mama. I said that I'm not just a mom. I gestured to the things that husband got for Christmas from them and said, why didn't you guys get him anything that says papa? Everything you gave me is somehow related to me being a mom. Why does he get to be his own person? Mill grabbed my hand and squeezed it and said that she was sorry that she made me feel like this. She was just so excited about being a grandma and she never really thought of things like that. I was feeling a little better until Sil 2 and Sil 3 started going after me. One of them did that whole, are you okay? Do you need to talk to someone? You sound so angry, it isn't healthy faux concern thing that's meant to shame you for having any emotional response. The other one was angry and saying that is being a mom somehow beneath you and do you think you're better than the rest of us? And all that. When we finally left, my husband asked me why I'd kept it in for so long and I said that I haven't. No one listened to me before. I've said these things plenty of times. I've always asked them to call me by my name and not some disgusting nickname that boils me down to giving birth. He nodded but said that I'd put a big pallor on the weekend and that I need to apologize for the outburst at some point. I said sure, as soon as Sills apologized to me for dehumanizing me for years. We're at a stalemate. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Once again, this is a case of family members needing to be confronted about their behavior because politely asking them to stop didn't work. And then it's all. Why didn't you say something? Your answer to your husband is exactly correct. If you need to apologize for your outburst, then they need to apologize for their failure to listen to you until you reached your breaking point and had an outburst. Not the idiot. Your Mill reacted appropriately, saying she didn't realize and had no ill intent, which I believe. Your point is well made, and your Sills just seem like people who can't take feedback. Many of my female friends who had children have expressed the same frustration as you, you're right to speak up. Not the idiot, maybe it's a cultural difference, but I can't comprehend how can anyone call somebody else than their own mother mama. For me, it's something you'd maybe call an animal with its babies. It just seems so diminishing and disgusting. My girlfriend and I met on a Skyrim meme page in 2014 and have been together for 6 years. Last week was our anniversary and I decided I wanted to propose. Since we met via Skyrim, I thought I would promise with the amulet of Mara, which is the symbol that someone is ready for marriage. She doesn't really wear jewelry or anything and has never shown me a ring she likes when we've talked about marriage, so I thought it'd be sweet to have something that brought us together. I set up this whole picnic with our favorite things, and when I proposed, she looked sad and asked about a ring. I told her I thought the amulet of Mara was sweet because we met via Skyrim. The other day she sat me down and said she thought the amulet was very sweet and she liked it, but she wanted to go ring shopping. I told her I had already bought the necklace and I didn't see any reason for a ring since I didn't propose with one. She said she appreciated the sweet gesture, but she really wanted a traditional ring. We got into an argument and it's been tense the last few days. Am I the idiot? You're the idiot. She nicely expressed her appreciation for the gesture, but also wants a ring. She was kind and mature about it. If it's a money issue, split the cost of both pieces of jewelry or something, but it's not an insult to want an engagement ring. You're the idiot, not for proposing with the amulet, but for refusing to get a ring when it's clearly something that's important to your girlfriend. Sorry, you're the idiot. What you did was very thoughtful and sweet, but you became the idiot when you refused to buy her a ring. Any friends and family are honestly going to laugh when they see what her engagement ring is, a prop from a video game. Stuff like that is not timeless, she will not want to wear that in 10 or 20 years' time. Please get her a ring. Update. We talked. I bought her a ring. Thank you for the messages and judgment.